mic, spitting fire again. Bottle in his hand, truth dripping like sin. Static in the air, words cutting like a knife. He's living loud, drinking hard, chasing down life. Crack the can, let him roll, let it speak. Truth in the foam, in the head, in the leak. Joe six-pack pouring out what we fear. Hard words, cold beer, and the static's clear. In the night, his voice breaks the chain. Six-pack sermon spilling venom through the pain. Battered by the bottle, bruised by the grind. Still he's screaming for answers he'll never find. Crack the can, let it roll. He's driving down the highway, and he's dropping hot takes. He's driving down the highway, and he's driving it straight. He keeps on driving that big rig, and he ain't slowing down. He's got his pedal to the metal, and he's flying through town. Trucking down the highway, yeah, he's driving so fast. Trucking down the highway, ain't gonna finish last. His engine's running hot, he's putting on the brakes. When he's done trucking, that's when he's fighting with the brakes. Trucking down the highway, yeah, he drives it so straight.
Congratulations, you've unlocked All Apologies, a show about apology tours and demanding satisfaction. I'm your host, Trucker Andy, and with me, as always, it's your co-host.
He's a fucking Chad.
It's Joe Sixpack, everybody.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, don't forget, everybody, to go to allapologiespodcast.com to find the links to the Patreon, Instagram, keep you updated on everything that we're doing over here. And Patreon, Andy, you got set up the $3 tier. We got Nelly over there this week at Gummy. I like seeing the intros again. So shout out to Gummy and Husey on the bonus show. You guys were talking about GTS. Andy, do you have the ability to play my intro there again with no sound? Like, can you just
with no
play
sound?
it with no
Yeah,
sound?
I
Can you
think
just
so.
play it real quick? Because I have a mild issue with it. I love the with audio down, maybe.
Joe six-pack on the mic, spitting fire again. Bottle in his hand, truth dripping like sin. Static in the air, words.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I...
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, play it. Okay, I'll just say it. You play it. It looks like I shit my pants, or like I have like real baggy jeans in this, where it looks like I have a huge load in my drawers or something.
He makes them as realistic as possible.
Yeah, but I just noticed that. I'm like, I have no ass in real life. If you're gonna make a fake version of me, could you at least give me some type of ass?
Yeah, I know, right?
Some cake. Bring some cake to the party.
That would be nice if we could have something that we don't have in real life. If you're gonna make something cartoonish, it's like drawing yourself more handsome or thinner or with bigger titties. Please give Joe some kind of badonkadonk next time.
Yeah. Now I'm sure I'll get some fucking AI version of me with some twerking ass.
Yeah. Gummy or Luigi. Gummy's buddy Luigi. Woohoo.
Hey.
Yeah, good to see you, Luigi. This is the first ever, Joe, Tuesday Night Live. How you feeling?
Yeah, nice.
And we want to encourage everybody to go check out those Patreon episodes that are just $3 and on members only as well. The Sunday with Nelly, and we had Husey and Gummy Chainsaw, and we covered GTS, which is always fun. And then here's Luigi in the chat. All I heard was give Joe bigger tits. Look
You
forward
got
to
here
that
just in
on
time.
Patreon only.
Yeah.
What, Joe?
I said you got here just in time to hear that. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot going on Patreon and members only and YouTube for just $3. So check that out. And of course, Hackamania. I've been I've been running around screaming about the no homo promo code COME that gives you
Mhm.
0% off if you want to come to Hackamania. But really, I should be saying use code WATP. That's the code that's gonna get you some money off if you want to come to Hackamania and maybe garner some favor with Patrick Melton, who refuses to give me a promo code. I mean, he gives it to people that are gonna put the code in front of an audience. So I don't blame him for not giving me one. But at the same
Mhm.
time, you know, I'm a little insulted that Gummy Chainsaw has a promo code and I don't. It's like
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna be there for fuck's sake.
Hey Luigi, how does the show sound to you? But since you're here, since we're on our Tuesday, I'm getting comments that some audio is
What's the
your
comments?
your mic might be a little low, Andy, or something,
Mine is okay.
according to your wife.
Yeah, she's a good producer, and I been struggling with. See, when I ask you at the top of the show if it sounds good, that's you're supposed
It
to tell
sounds
me if
great
it's
to me.
quiet.
Everything sounds perfect to me. So
You guys, how's this? Is this better? Because it sounds clippy to me now. It sounds like I'm very
um
loud, but is this
it's you
better or
sound
worse?
yeah, it sounds a little bit more booming and clippy.
Mm-hmm.
Luigi
Yeah, it
says
sounds
Andy
like it's too
sounds like
much
he has too
compression, but
much compression.
well, we're just gonna have to roll with it. This sounds too much. I don't know how to fucking make it loud for the audience, but not clipped. So
I
it's
don't
time
know.
to
I wouldn't.
reinvest in some better gear or something. I think that's the best thing. This sounds good to me,
My
and if
New
it
Year's
sounds right, turn it.
resolution is to fix some of these issues.
Yeah. Well, thank
But
you
it's
for
not the new year yet, so fuck that.
thank you for caring. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about the quality of the show. Um, it's we're doing our best, and that's more than I could say for Stuttering John, who is the first subject of the week when we talk about the biggest apology of the week when Cardiff Electric somehow convinced John to let him come on his show. These guys are mortal enemies, Joe.
It's probably because he's jolly. He's fooled by the jolliness.
Yeah, but John is like, I don't know. It's like fighting with an imbecile. I mean, it's not like it. That's what it is. You can't argue with this guy, somebody that always thinks that they're right. So no, no, Joe's wife doesn't listen to this.
Yeah.
My wife is texting Joe because I'm not looking at my phone.
My wife wishes I wouldn't do this.
Yeah, my wife texts me 3 times and then goes, he's obviously not listening to me. Let me try and text Joe, which is fair. It's a good tactic. She's a smart lady.
Mhm.
Unlike Stuttering John, who is a stupid lady and is arguing with a potato. This is, I was very pleased to see that Cardiff figured out a way to get John to send him the link. But everybody, have you seen this, Joe?
No.
And it was wildly entertaining, but Cardiff is sort of placating John and just he
That's the
wants to
best way to
keep
manage him.
he wants to keep John on the air. I mean, it's not fun if they're not on together. So he
Right.
has to sort of give the baby his bottle here.
Mhm.
And I want you to take note.
You call him sir, like fucking Quadfather and shit.
Kind of almost, but Cardiff definitely has to kiss the ring to keep this conversation going. And it's a little, I think the Dabbleverse unanimously agreed that it was cringe and just a bad look for Cardiff. It looks like John is getting over on Cardiff, which nobody wants to see.
Hey, you might think it's fucking funny. I don't fucking find it funny. I don't find it funny. Don't fucking start fucking with family. That's not funny.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So
People
then
should
why
not
don't you
be calling
fucking
your family.
apologize?
I made a joke. I'm sorry I said I was going to go to your kid's graduation. Gee, if anybody took that seriously,
I took it seriously too.
well, I'm glad I didn't finish my sentence then.
Again, Martin. So in other words, it's the fault of people for believing you.
John's favorite turn of phrase during this whole argument was "so in other words," so he could reframe the narrative the way that
Mm.
he sees it, like whatever Cardiff is saying.
Yeah.
John is turning it around and going, "Oh, so in other words, the way that I think what you're saying is blah blah blah," and he's just bulldozing Cardiff through this whole thing instead of Cardiff going, "You did this to yourself, shithead." Like everybody is clowning you because you're a buffoon that is embarrassing yourself on the internet, and you refuse to admit that you're wrong. You refuse to admit that you're gross, talentless, like all these things that everybody knows about John, and he can't admit that he's not the hero of his own story. Instead of throwing that in his face, Cardiff is just apologizing to him so that he can stay on the show.
So
Well,
then when are we
hang
supposed
on.
to believe you?
Yeah.
I'm only going to disagree with you slightly here in the sense that the person who's yelling and screaming and raising their blood pressure and
Yeah.
embarrassing, that's the person who's embarrassing themselves. You might be like, oh, Cardiff's just placating him or, trying to keep the show going by, accepting some of the abuse or whatever. John's the one that looks like a fucking idiot here. So there's a potato wearing a Santa beard and a hat, and John's the one that looks like an idiot. So let's just keep that in mind.
Right.
You and when aren't we supposed to believe you? So we're supposed to be the ones now who are gonna say, okay, this time Lardif's doing satire, but this time Lardif is being genuine. So we're supposed to decipher which Lardif we get. What are you, a box of fucking chocolates?
Yes, Forrest Gump.
Good one, John.
So we're never gonna know which one is real and which one isn't.
Okay.
When in reality, John is the Forrest Gump of this conversation. He's a slow adult that's fighting with a potato.
It's not Cardiff's fault that you don't get the joke or that everyone
can't
thinks it's
take a
funny,
joke.
but right. Everyone thinks it's funny, but John, right? Because it's about John. So Cardiff saying he's going to a high school graduate or somebody, is it college or high school graduation?
It's John's son's high school graduation.
Right. What?
That everybody is videotaping. There's an army of parents videotaping the thing. So one guy that you wish wasn't there is also videotaping it. It's not realistic just because
There's no security guard, because if there were, John wouldn't get in. So it's just like he's gonna go or he's not gonna go. You can't control that. Oh my God! Somebody wanted to come to a graduation. Who cares? It's not like it's not egregious.
That's the stupidest part. Like, no, I didn't even want to go to my own graduation.
Yeah, no
you
shit.
know what I mean? It's like I wish I didn't have to go, but my grandparents wanted to see me walk because
that's why
they gave us a lot of money for college. But I'm sorry, you were saying
trust fund, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the one guy that wants to be there, John, for his son, isn't invited, and Cardiff is threatening to sneak in and actually didn't even fucking go. It's an empty threat that John has built up in his mind as something that actually happened. It never happened. He's still holding it against this potato fucking 4 years later.
It's the same thing that they talk about that John offered to feed Carl's cats, and therefore he did him a favor. And it's just like Cardiff said he was going to go to this graduation, and therefore it's an egregious offense. You know, the things that you say are what matters to John.
If John thinks that it happened, it happened. Whether it's feeding your cats or filming your son's graduation, you know, it could be It could be good, it could be bad. But if he perceives it either way, then it's reality to a wet brain moron.
Right. So all you have to do is be like, "It was great, John. You're hilarious. You're hilarious, John. Great show. Great show. It was hilarious."
So this is a bit more of a semantic argument between these two. Let me know if you want me to pause it. It's about 2.5 minutes, so just hang in there. But it's all gold because John is such an idiot and Cardiff is just trying to talk sense into a moron. But, count how many times John says, so, or
I'll
in
drink.
other words.
I'll drink every time that happens.
Yeah.
Luigi says the graduation was live
Yeah.
streamed on the
Yeah.
internet.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody could have watched it, including a potato.
And you know what? I don't think that you should sit here and try and lecture me because I don't know what these lunatics are capable of. You got one guy trying to.
What you don't know could fill a warehouse, John. So it's just like imagining that something could possibly happen. Like fantasizing every worst case scenario is no way to live your life. And like thinking that Cardiff is going to show up with a camera and then show it on his show and say, look how far away John had to sit from the stage because his son didn't want to see him there.
Get a trans person to befriend my trans kid to fucking get dirt on me. You think
Why not just your kid? Why does it have to be your trans kid?
because they thought
Look at John. Watch John's eyebrows here. Yeah, he goes into super villain mode here. It's insane.
in their minds that because they're both trans, this is their mentality, not mine, fuckface. But the point being is,
Oh yeah, the low blow name calling from John. That's another sure sign that of somebody that's losing a heavyweight title match. Screaming and yelling and name calling. These are all tools in John's arsenal.
this is the kind of nefarious shit. Who else? So
Okay,
you guys, your people. Wait a second. Listen, your people aren't capable of going to my gigs with a microphone.
Your
in a
people?
flower
What's
or
that
a
supposed to mean?
lapel to take me. And look at you laughing like a little schoolgirl.
Because the reaction, John, you never understand. It's not the guy going to your gig with a flower lapel on his thing that's funny. It's your reaction to it.
No,
You don't react to it like this.
no,
It's not
because here's
funny.
the thing: it's not normal behavior.
It's not. Can I say something? Man to
This thing
potato.
you're gonna porn bomb me.
It's a potato wearing a Santa Claus costume. You're going to talk about normal behavior?
No, I'm John. I'm not gonna porn bomb you. I've never porn bombed anybody. I've never.
There's always a first time.
There you go. I guess I'm guilty.
Even the
of first crime.
Quadfather. Quadfather never porn bombed me, but guess what? Eventually he did. So don't lecture me. Because you never did something before.
Well, let's not forget
Could-
why he did it, though, John.
Yeah.
Do you remember why Quadfather did this to John? he
No, it's
threatened to-
Dr. Steve.
Yes. John started
Um,
attacking Dr. Steve.
yeah. Cardiff's guilty of potential.
Yeah, right. Yeah. One guy porn bombed me once, so that means anybody could at any time.
Before means that it'll never happen.
You should have seen that one coming. But I will say this.
It's my fault again. I'm supposed to anticipate lunacy. Is that what?
You're on fire today, John. You're on fire. But I will say that. Can I say this? Can I say one thing?
You're supposed to expect it because you're a piece of shit. You invite it into your life by being a giant asshole to just about everyone who knows you. That's why you should expect it.
Wait, shouldn't you just anticipate this type of thing anyway? Like being on the internet, like you should always.
So I gotta kick you off the show, Joe, because you might porn bomb me.
Yeah, I mean that's the risk you take, right? I mean, that's kind of the tightrope that you get to walk, being live on the internet, and
It's funny,
if
Joe.
you're going to
I've been a guest on a lot of shows. People have invited me onto their shows. Nobody has ever once accused me of possibly gearing up to porn bomb them.
Yeah,
Because I'm not a dick. And I wouldn't do that to somebody, and people wouldn't do it to me because I don't conduct myself in a way that would invite somebody to do that to my show.
you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen those social media posts, like the Instagram reels of like these women who they're like, my husband's out of town and I've got to implement all of these third-rate security precautions because I'm staying in a hotel room or my husband's away, and it's like, here's some doorstop alarm, and I'm gonna put Kevin McAllister the doorknob and put a a heater on it and things like that is like all these things. John it's like a victim mentality. Like you look at those posts and you're like, this person's been attacked in the past, and now here's all of the fear-based precautions that they're going to be taking. And so because he was victimized at some point, now everyone's a potential attacker. And including a potato in a Santa hat.
Right.
Can I say one thing and then you can go back at me, whatever you want? If me making a joke that I was going to live stream at your son's graduation, if that caused you or your family any harm or any stress, I apologize.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah. And it did. It really
Okay, well,
did.
then I'm sorry. I
it
was
hurt
not
me.
intended to.
And it hurt me. And it caused
Bullshit.
pain.
Yeah. It wasn't the way that I
Bullshit.
treat my family, that they don't want me there. It was what you did and potentially did or I perceived that you did. Not my relationship with my son that I cultivated over years of being a dick.
Right. Yeah. Not the collateral damage that is the effect of me being an asshole on the internet for a decade, and before that, that's not the problem. The problem is you said one thing one time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, John.
His phone keeps Vince keeps texting John during this whole thing too. That's John's phone, not my phone. It's not
No,
my
I know.
wife
It would
trying to
be-
get me to improve the quality of my show.
It would be a John
And-
show if his
and-
phone wasn't dinging.
Right.
But
It's
again,
pretty much over.
Carter, you think, see, look, here's the deal. I don't send people pizzas. I don't send people deliveries. I don't send people to other people's gigs to tape.
Because you're broke.
I don't do that. It's just not something I do. I don't attend court hearings. I don't do these kind of things.
Because you have no creativity and like don't know what makes a good show. You like
Yeah.
if
I don't
you
have the capacity to think of something clever to do like that.
right, which is shocking because usually the one thing he is good at is knowing how to be an asshole. So attending a court hearing or something that made any type was relevant sense to putting on a good show, go do it. Nobody told you couldn't. You're just
right.
too lazy. There's no court case going on down at the pub.
Yeah. You can't. He would never conceive to look up when somebody that he didn't like's court case was when he heard about it coming days in advance, figuring out when that was, figuring out a way to take note of it, be there virtually. And he can't even figure out how to turn the ringer off on his phone. He certainly can't figure out how to snipe stream somebody's live virtual court case.
Well, the real problem is that John is not at odds with anyone who would end up in court. Like John's fighting people who are much smarter than him, so they're not going to end up in court.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's a buffoon. That's why we love him. Please don't stop being an idiot because we love talking about it.
I really do want, I do anticipate that John will lose his show, his channel, and he'll be destitute and court mandated to be Carl and Shuli's internet butler that has to sit in the corner and be the built-in butt of the joke.
Right.
He'll be a joke crutch.
Yeah. All right. So that was the big apology of the week. I just wanted to feature that because it was, heavily. That's the problem with doing these things live. Everybody has talked about this to death, but it really was one of the more prominent apologies of the week, and that's what we cover here. So I had to feature it, even if it's a week too late. But what we're really doing this week is revisiting the George Santos episode that we did for our episode 3 when it was audio only. And luckily, George Santos has served a prison sentence since then. So he's out, and people are interested in what he has going on, his experience in prison. But just to, I thought I would sum up how he ended up in prison and then showcase how he got out, because This is a very interesting scenario to me, but the long and short of how he got into prison was basically lying through his teeth about his credentials, and then uh, committing all kinds of fraud with his constituents and using his role uh, to for financial gain. So it says, filing false reports to the Federal Election Commission, embezzling campaign donor funds, unauthorized credit card charges and identity theft, unemployment benefits fraud, false statements to the House of Representatives. So these are all things that led, and that's not even like the sensational details about him saying that he's Jew-ish when he's not, him saying that he played volleyball, or like all these other like insane things that he said that he did that he never did. But these are the things that landed him in prison for 7 months. And let's see, this is the news that George Santos is getting out of prison for some reason. So it's like, just when you thought that the guy was getting what he deserved, suddenly a hero emerges.
Force One just landing, and boy, President Trump broke some news while he was aboard Air Force One. I want to show this to you because it has to do with the incarcerated former Representative George Santos. We are learning now, President Trump putting this out on Truth Social, that he has freed George Santos from federal prison. Take a look at this Truth Social saying George Santos was somewhat of a rogue, but there are many rogues through.
A rogue, somewhat of a rogue.
No, he was a tiefling warlock.
Yeah.
Throughout our country that aren't forced to serve 7 years in prison. I started to think about George when the subject of Democrat Senator Richard Da Nang Dick Blumenthal came up again.
Da Nang Dick? What?
Da Nang Dick? Is that one of his?
Hi, Electra.
Hey,
yeah. When I think of dicks, I think of George Santos. Yes,
Dunning Dick.
As everyone remembers, Da Nang stated for almost 20 years that he was a proud Vietnam veteran, having endured the worst of the war, watching the wounded.
Remember, this is the same guy that said John McCain, who was a real prisoner of war, was a piece of, like, a loser.
Yeah.
And didn't deserve to be a public official because he got captured serving in Vietnam. Now he's using it at like that same argument to justify
stolen valor is okay, and so is George Santos.
Yeah.
And dead as he raced up the hills and down the valleys, blood streaming from his face. He was a great hero. He would leak to all, and all would listen.
And when I think heroes, I think George Santos. When I think dick and hero, I think George Santos.
And then it happened. He was a complete and total fraud.
His dick wears a cape, is what I'm trying to say.
He never went to Vietnam. He never saw Vietnam. He never experienced the battles there or anywhere else. His war hero status and even minimal service in our military was totally and completely made up. This is far worse than what George Santos did, and at least Santos had the courage, conviction, and intelligence to always vote Republican. George has been in solitary confinement for long stretches of time, and by all accounts has...
Yeah. Electra, your uncle was as much of a hero as George Santos, is what Donald Trump is trying to say. I mean, I don't know. This isn't a political show, but the hypocrisy of this Truth Social post and how it's being used to go to bat for a complete asshole that took advantage of this country. So it makes me sick. So
yeah. So that guy lied about going to Vietnam. What he should have just said, he had flat feet. So so his rich dad would get him out of the war.
That's right. So he could piss away his dad's fortune. Right? Yeah. We know.
Has been horribly mistreated. Therefore, I just signed a commutation releasing George Santos from prison immediately. Good luck, George, and have a great life it ended there. So I just want to give you a little breakdown of George Santos
Never
and
contact me again.
Yeah. I think that's enough of that. I mean, that says it all. There's about a minute more to this piece, but we don't need to watch all that. It's not what we're trying to do here. But it is how George Santos got out of prison.
Right. And
We're
if you
ripping off the
remember,
country.
if you remember, we covered George, like the actual. You could go back and listen to the first show we did about him, but then you can also see like there were some updates of like somebody throwing a milkshake on him in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah.
And then like his own podcast, what Pants on Fire was his podcast, where he
Yeah.
was trying to figure out how to smuggle a shiv in his prison wallet so he wouldn't get gang raped in prison. There's a lot of that.
Matan
going on.
Evan,
Yeah.
Matan shit all over him.
Right.
And yeah.
There's a lot of war.
I wonder why the president would want to let a fraud off the hook. That's just an interesting precedent to want to set. I wonder why he would want to set that. I don't know.
It's just these are the frauds on our side, right? Like if when the other people are in office, they'll let their fraudulent people out. You know, they'll rig Wall Street and get attacked with hammers and fucking be useless. And there's good people on both sides. So what we're doing here today is seeing what George Santos is up to now, right? So it seems like what he's doing is being a regular on Tim Pool's podcast. Now, Tim Pool is a conservative commentator, right? Like, so he's swimming in his own school. You know, he's taking the easy route at this point of everyone nodding to what each other are saying around the table. Yes, we all agree. We all agree.
It's an echo chamber. Echo chamber. Echo chamber.
Right.
Okay.
Mostly. So in my I told you we're starting a little opposite here. So in clip 8 was George is on Tim Pool's show and they're asking if he like regrets what he did, which is like a softball question, right? This is
Do you have any remorse for your crimes?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Like, stupidest thing a human being can do is, first of all, I didn't need to do any of it. I didn't. I genuinely didn't need to.
Probably
We're
could
already
have been
rich.
Zimmerman.
I would have
otherwise.
Zimmerman. I would have. I was going to say something so bad. Anyway, I could have curb stomped.
Save it for 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I would have curb stomped Zimmerman 10 ways from Tuesdays with my freaking eyes closed because I was running against a senile candidate who's like 68 years old, fourth run for Congress, if I'm not mistaken. I was 34 years old. I was running circles around him. Like, he was frail and old and just, but are you...
George learned about curb stomping. He was studying American History X before he had to go into prison. So, because he thought he was going to have to join the white supremacists in prison to survive.
Wouldn't that be interesting if he served his whole sentence and came out super jacked and a skinhead and
he wasn't in there long enough.
He got the gay fucked out of him and he came out a militant white supremacist like American History X. Yeah. That would be a better story than what this actually is.
I apologize. There's nothing wrong with Andy. There's nothing wrong with your computer. I pulled these clips. Apparently, I recorded my PC, but also I had my microphone recorded at the same time.
Oh, so Tim Pool doesn't do his show from the tarmac of an airport?
No, he's not on his own his own jetliner doing a podcast, but you can still hear the clips clearly. But
just when you thought the audio problems were going to be over on this show,
no, I'm doing mine in pre-production.
Are they all like this?
Yeah, they're all like this.
Fantastic. Okay, terrific.
You can still hear them, but it's my fault, not anybody else's. I'll take the blame. Sorry, all apologies, everyone.
So sorry, so sincerely sorry.
So what's next here, Joe? 8, 10? What random order are we doing these in now?
Number 9. George's fierce.
That was 9.
Ownership. No, that was 8.
Okay. If you say so.
It should have been 8, now 9.
Okay. Sorry, not to be a dick about it, but things are going poorly, and it's pissing me off.
It's not going poorly. Everyone can hear the clips. I would have redone it if I thought it was egregious. I would have redone it.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks, Electra. See,
Yeah. We're gonna commit
need
all the
to do it, but my
crimes.
ambition and my insecurities took over. I was also fending off a primary opponent or a potential primary. Everything just was
million
like
rapists
dumb
in
and
prison.
self-inflicted. And if I could go backwards and do it again, I would do it so
I was fighting Diddy off.
differently
Yeah.
because people like to say, oh, he's only sorry because he got caught. That's not true. I'm sorry because it was stupid. I caused a lot of pain, hurt, and disappointment to a lot of good people that I genuinely like, that I'm probably never going to be able to square away those relationships. And you know, I had a potential at a really good career ahead of me, and I blew it up, and it was dumb. And you know, I have to live with it.
No, that's not true either. Nothing. You weren't doing really good at anything, but and we'll hear that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, including his fashion sense, the sweater with the blazer look that he was rocking all the time.
Yeah, he's very Long Island yuppie.
Hmm.
You know what? We really need to see Tim Dillon talk to George Santos. I don't know if they ever have talked to each other, but I'm sure they'd have a lot of like Long Island commonalities. They could go watch somebody kill their parents in a diner. But in clip 10 here, this is just George trying to take some type of victory lap. There's absolutely no way that any of this is true. Wait, is it this one? I think. Let's hear it.
No, you were one of the supporting votes for Johnson, who I think was struggling to get the speakership at the time.
So is this why? That doesn't make any sense either. I was trying to justify why Trump would let him out of jail as him getting back into the vote and them having another Republican vote in the House, but he's not. It's not like he got his old job back.
I'll 100% guarantee you what it was. And we would have to look into it. I want to find out what was happening simultaneously that Trump is just like, I know what'll piss everyone off. If we let it's a
Janet screen for the Epstein files.
Yeah, it's a Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl while we fucking invade Iraq or whatever the fuck it was.
We bomb Venezuelan drug boats.
Yeah,
and
right.
kill the survivors. Okay, yeah.
He was pardoned before that, but so it's just, you know what it was is he was ripping down the east wing of the fucking White House, but everybody else was talking about how George Santos is out.
Yeah. Hey guys, never mind the illegal war that we're waging in Venezuela. George Santos is out of prison. Cool.
Consensus for Mike Johnson for Speaker Johnson was created by me, Lauren Boebert, and Matt Gaetz.
What the dream team?
I hate that we're doing a political show right now.
Right off the bat, and I said, you need to jump in. He's like, oh, I can't do this. I said,
everyone was jacking someone off at the Beetlejuice musical.
Like, nobody has quarrels with you. And he's like, I can't do this. After it all went to crap with Mike Johnson's, with, what's his name? Jim Jordan's 3 votes on the floor. He texted me.
Did I say Johnson? I've always got Johnson on the brain.
Yes, like 2 or 3 days later.
I choked on Johnson.
After we
yeah, it's hard for me to say. I always choke on the word Johnson or real Johnsons.
Almost like, George, you know, I appreciate all the encouragement or something along those lines. I appreciate all the encouragement. I've decided to throw my hat in the ring. Do I still have your support? I literally goes like, let's effing go.
No, you.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's not how that worked at all, right? Some higher up person was like, you're going to support Mike Johnson in this. And George went over and said, Mike, I think you should run. What's Electra saying?
They always have some smoke screen ready to go to distract the ADD public.
Yes,
yeah, that's me. But even I know when you start seeing, is the dress blue or is it gold? And there's a big media discussion about that. There's always something. There's always some political bill getting passed where all the fucking people that are entrenched and with no term limits are getting fucking raises. That's what it always really is. But.
So hang on, crack the can. So what people have to remember, if you don't remember, George was a laughingstock before he was a laughingstock everybody knew it before he took office. And then somehow, due to the way our political system works, he was still able to end up in Congress and I think like voting on shit. And because of numbers and the way the government works, they're just like, we don't care if you're a degenerate, lying piece of shit. We need your numbers. And because you're such a fuck up, we know that you'll be lower. It's how they work. Oh, we have you on camera on Little St. James banging a 13-year-old. So you'll vote however we tell you to vote. And George was that in every way. It's just that everyone
Wow.
fucking knew it. So when George is like, I helped bring Mike Johnson into the speakership. No, you didn't. You were told to fall in line, and you fucking did. You had no credibility anywhere. So
That's how much of a fuck up he was.
remember
Joe, is that he kept saying the quiet part out loud about getting his
Oh, yeah,
palms
how much
greased,
can I? Yeah, how much can I
and
get?
he
That'll
thought
come up
that,
again.
well, yeah, but everybody that's in the room knows that they're above the law. If you get caught, they conduct an internal investigation that goes nowhere, and they make you look like a fool in front of your peers, and then nothing happens to you. This guy was such a fuck up that they had to put him in jail and take him to task because he wouldn't shut up about all the fraud that everybody is doing, but he was putting it all on Front Street.
Yeah. So in this next clip package, we'll see a little bit more of that. We'll see the reality of it as well, I think. Excuse me. But we're going to move away from that appearance where he's talking about his history and his regrets. And now he's just third mic on Tim Pool or whatever, like a reoccurring guest. I'm trying to like draw a parallel to
He's the
what this
trucker
would
Andy
be.
of WATP.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Pool
yeah.
Cast.
That's actually a perfect comparison. He's like
He's
occasionally on.
a big obnoxious flamer that shows up sometimes on a show.
It would appear that he has nothing better to do and a regular guest on the show because he was on a month ago and now he's on 9 days ago. So we'll have you every 2 weeks, George. Wait 2 weeks before you call me again, is what Tim Pool is saying.
He's zoomocking all over Tim Pool's show, right?
yeah. So that's what happened. So in this next clip package, they have Milo Yiannopoulos, who is like a British far right commentator. He's had problems in the past, things about like white supremacy or alt-right culture, and then like forgiving the person that molested him, or like trying to have some compassion for pedophiles or something, as if like you can't see them as human in any way. He just made some type of arguments down these roads and kind of got himself canceled, even from like conservative groups or whatever. So Milo comes back, but he's still, you'll see here, Milo is like a motor mouth, right? He's going to talk and talk and talk. But what they're talking about is
you can't relate.
Fuck you. Only to the only the forgiving pedophiles part. But the Candace Owens going, all out on Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk and Tim Pool. I think he's on Turning. Like everybody's just like everyone's trying to claim to be Charlie Kirk's best friend. Right. And now they're fighting like, I knew Charlie better. No, I knew Charlie better. And there's just like all of this jockeying for position over who's going to, take the last tattered shred of Charlie Kirk's fucking clothes before they put him in the ground. And so Tim Pool hates Candace Owens. Candace Owens is outrageous. And Milo is defending Candace. So Tim hates Candace. Milo is there defending Candace. And George is sitting in the corner going, guys, Mom and Dad, can we not fight about this? So that's what you're going to be entering into here. So you like anything that sounds mildly civil from Tim is him crossing his arms and going, well, why don't you explain to me why Candace is cool? Because I don't get it. So that's what you're going to see here. But before we get to that, I wanted you to play that reel. Do you have that reel queued, or do you want to? That can come. That can come next if you have something else queued up.
No, I have it right here.
Okay,
You
let's
just
play
have
this
to
reel real quick because reel. This reel will kind of sums up the current state of affairs on the internet.
Okay.
Keeping up, let me explain. This is a woman who has lost the love of her life, and she has been struggling to find justice. And the other woman,
Talking about Charlie Kirk's wife.
that's Erica Kirk. And
Way to step on.
for those of you that haven't been keeping up, let me explain. This is a woman who has lost the love of her life, and she has been struggling to find justice. And the other woman, that's Erica Kirk. And for those of you that haven't been keeping up, let me explain. This is a woman who has lost the love of her life, and she.
That was all of it? I didn't know it was so short. Or is it fucked up?
It's a reel.
Yeah, but reels are usually more than 10 seconds. So
What he's okay for Andy and everybody else who didn't get the joke. He's saying that Charlie Kirk was the love of Candace Owens' life, and then he said the other woman is Erica Kirk.
I'm busy running a show. I don't know these
all
these people I hate. I don't get the joke of the one person I hate loving the other person I hate.
Oh God, I'm so sorry I tried.
No.
So now back to, I already explained this. Here's Tim Pool and Milo fighting over Candace Owens.
Soap opera where she is triggering the emotions of women. It's female coded. I didn't say it was wrong. I didn't say it was morally wrong. I said this is a show for women.
You absolutely,
it's intentional.
You absolutely have said it's
But
no.
Milo,
Absolutely have said that her behavior is morally wrong.
What I have said is
like that's obviously the impression you've left, but you've said
what
very
I have said is
statement.
specific about how she is telling people to pull their funding from Turning Point.
Yeah,
and she's destroying the coalition. Democrats are going to win in the midterms because of what she is doing.
I don't think that's the end of the clip. Is that that's the end of the clip? Okay.
Yes.
Right. So that's the current state of, like, the right is tearing themselves apart. Also, this is also internet right, like internet social media commentators about right-wing politics, and they are the people who are tearing each other apart, right? So Tim's concerned that they can't standardize on a message, and that it's going to be...
This all is I'm sorry not to cut you off, but this is all stemming from the Epstein fallout. Everybody thought that Donald Trump was Q and that he was going to expose, he was going to release the Epstein files immediately. And when he didn't do that, it drove this huge wedge in MAGA. And now that's when Candace Owens started turning on Tim Pool. Or they stopped being friends.
That was the precursor to it, but this is post that. This is post.
No, I know it's post that, but I mean that's why there's a division in MAGA right now.
You're right, but it's multiple fractures are occurring. I would say, right? Like they're fighting a war on multiple fronts at this point amongst each other. Is what it looks like. Now, once again, we're doing this is focused on George Santos is a Republican, so we're very focused on the Republican. I'm not sitting here being like, the Democrats are doing it right. No, they're a bunch of fuck ups too. We're just looking at the right wing ecosystem right now. Okay, I just want to be clear on that. Okay, so Tim says that. Tim's like, can't we all just hate brown people? And Milo's like, no, we can't because Candace is brown. And so let's hear from Milo.
I am not on Team Epstein. I don't give a...
But my Republican congressman isn't Trump. It's the midterms. It's not Trump.
How does your local Republican congressman affect your life? He doesn't.
He does.
I actually would
George
prefer
obviously
not
thinks
if the Democrats win the midterms and then start committees and then start arresting media personalities and doing what they did
impeaching Trump. We knew that when we elected the guy. We knew that was coming. It's either coming now or it's coming in 2 years or it's coming in 4 years. I mean, what's your point?
Yeah. Milo's like, who gives a shit about this? Yeah, and Milo's like, who cares about congressmen? And George is like, I do.
Yeah.
I care about congressmen.
It's kind of my thing that I do.
Yeah. And George is like,
I'm being gay over here.
but yeah. So Milo's like, who cares about that? You know, who cares about local
Tim
elections?
Pool is talking about winning the House, and Milo is talking about, you know, who's a piece of shit in the.
Well, you're right. So you brought it up too, right? So there's that one group of people, and this is like this is part nonpartisan, is like expose the pedophiles, right? Like the Epstein thing is like, Milo said at the beginning there, I'm not on team Epstein, right? And Tim's just like, protect all of the conservatives. And Milo's like, if they're child molesters. Right. Milo's like, expose everything, right? So that's the difference in MAGA, I would say, right now. But so let's keep going with this.
Doesn't have to come.
Just not now.
No, it doesn't have to come if we stop the self-inflicted.
Oh yeah, sure. No, they'll never.
These are self-inflicted.
You're absolutely
wounds,
right.
and
There'll
they're
never be
totally
another
avoidable.
Democrat president, so that's never.
I'm not
happen.
saying that, Milo. I'm not saying that.
That was baked in when
Milo,
when
we don't have to forego the entirety of Congress to the Democrats only so that they can spend the next 2 years after the midterms
because they're so effective and useful, and they're doing all these great things for America. And I mean, really,
they're not.
If you look,
trust me, I was one of them. They're not.
If you look at
Right.
He's like, we know. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
What'd you do with the money, George?
Yeah, that was the whole reason these clips had to be pulled. Basically, that right there. Once again, I'm sorry for these audio clips. The laptop I cut these on, the fan is like a jet engine, and it's like right next to the microphone. But yeah, that was hilarious. It's just like, oh, they're not great. And I was one of them. I thought, oh yeah, we know, they suck and you suck. We know,
They all suck.
Yeah. But let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Just
this
not
is the
you.
greatest of respect
They're not
because I
useful.
like you personally, but you're the kind of person that gets elected to Congress. Like, stop it. Like, stop pretending these are people that we need. You know?
No, because George Santos isn't 73, so he's not the type of person that is getting political power.
I think
we're running out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the greatest of respect because I like you personally, but you're the kind of person that gets elected to Congress. Like, stop it. Like, stop pretending these are people that we need. You know,
I think
you managed.
But I'm the first one to say that,
and that's why you're on a path to redemption that has saved you, and that means that
I'm the first one to say that it's a circus.
It means that I want to be a friend, and now Marjorie has joined you in that very bravely. I think it's a great shame, but I get it.
It's a great loss in my opinion.
It is a loss, and I get it. But prior to you,
what a brave hero.
Too, I mean, you could get elected just inventing a story about yourself, a backstory about yourself that nobody even bothers checking. If they do, the voters don't care. That's what Congress is.
But
And that's why it works with Candace Owens' stories, because she's just fabricating stories and it works.
Not you, not you as well.
I like how George Santos is on the show and this woman's sign behind her. Hi, George. Welcome to the show.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's just that
et tu Naomi.
I'm sorry. And the
I love all these foreign commentators on American politics. Like, just shut up. Piers Morgan. Fuck off. John Oliver. Yeah, I mean, I know you've been here for a while, but when nobody wants to hear from you.
Okay. Was that 5 or was that 4?
I think that was 5.
That was 5. Yeah. Let's get through this. Here we go. And I'm sorry. Like, we usually don't bother talking about politics, but I just hate it when people lie straight to my face. I could tell, you know, I know politicians lie, but you have to do better when you lie to me. That's my only problem with all of this is that it's so fucking obvious.
Look, Candace is the one person in public life, the one, because it was not Erica, who has exhibited genuine heartbreak and grief over.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
I can't tell you another person.
You cannot be the judge of that. That is not fair to Erica.
I did appoint myself the judge of it, and everybody agrees.
But you can't be the judge of that. You can't talk about grieving. No, Milo, you're wrong. I love you. No, but you're judging, and they have judging a widow's
Hold on, I have a question.
No,
it's an honest question. Has Candace cried on camera at any of these shows? It's an honest question. I mean,
I don't watch. It's a flippant and silly answer, but I know that she has cried a lot.
Oh no,
Milo,
is she okay?
Milo, I love you. Yeah, Milo, I love you. Do you? You just met him. Like he doesn't know you. Like what are we doing? You know, it's just like women that you meet. Oh, yeah. I love you.
Milo loves George. Where did you get that purse? I love your shoes. Nice earrings. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I see you at the bar every other week. You don't love me. If you love me, you love everything. Stop saying you love everything.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking panicked woman.
He's so talented and amazing.
Yeah.
Last one.
Is the
you can exhale, everyone. It's almost over.
Only one,
and I mean this show, not the clips. Our episode
with a massive platform who has devoted. I mean,
Bridget Macron being a man and Blake Lively drama.
Absolutely agree with Bridget Macron. 100%. No.
Wait, you're saying Bridget Macron's a man?
Why did we take this opportunity to start doing a live show at a new time and make it so politically charged that nobody wants to watch
Santos. It's George Santos' fault. Yeah, tune in next week when it will be nothing like this, everyone.
I know. Oh yeah, tune in next week when it's Michael Richards screaming the N-word.
100%.
I'm not kidding.
They can have me. I'm not interested in this.
Okay.
The guy then says, "Do you know? Oh, what do you think about Candace?" And I said, "What about her?" And he goes, "She went into hiding because they're trying to kill her." And I said, "You mean she took Thanksgiving off?" But she makes these tweets that resulted in viral posts. She knows she's doing it when she says, "Our show is off the air as an update. The White House has confirmed receipt of the plot against me."
Thanks, Electra. So I only left that in because, I thought that was important. Too Lazy to Try covered this very, very well. And I recommend everybody go watch that because he puts together a package where Candace is just like, I just don't know, but I just have a feeling about this, or I had a dream, and in my dream this happened. And her whole stance on everything is predicated on her feelings and on dreams that she had. And she says it multiple times over and over and over again. And Tim, at least said this at the beginning, where her show is like, this is, what's the show that your wife and my wife listen to, the Giggly Squad or whatever?
Yeah.
This is like the Giggly Squad. Candace Owens is the Giggly Squad for conservative women. There's just conservative women are checking in on Candace Owens to see what the hot goss is in Washington. That's her show, and it's all about vibes and dreams. And then what Tim says there, oh my gosh, there's an assassination plot against me, and I have to go into hiding. And that just so happens to be the 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's just like, you're not going into hiding over an assassination attempt. You're taking time off for the holiday, and you're making it seem controversial and saying, check with the White House if you don't believe that they're trying to kill me. It's just like, well, obviously we have no way to do that. The White House doesn't have all the information about this. What was this? Is this just now? This was at the beginning of the show.
This was at the beginning, but I didn't show it. I just figured I'd throw it up there for now.
The show was political before we even started it.
But I wanted to showcase Calvertons for being in the chat. Thank Luigi and DJ Electra for being in the chat. I'm sick of this political shit. I really hate it all. I don't. Anybody that wants to make their political leanings of their personality like it's the Buffalo Bills and a team they support is something I really dislike, and I'd much rather talk about Whatever.
Whose
The
number's
Diggy Doc.
whose number is on your political jersey, Andy?
Yeah. Let's talk about Rob Reiner and how Spinal Tap 2 came out the day that he was murdered because it was so bad.
Oh, that was a political stunt.
yeah.
Murder.
I think Rob Reiner's son saw Spinal Tap 2, and that's why they. All right.
And
Too
who
soon.
runs
Too soon.
and who runs Hollywood?
Oh God! All right, I'm so glad this episode's over. But I am glad.
George Santos is a clown that needs to be covered.
Yes, and this is a perfect example of why our government is a mess, because somebody like this is allowed to participate in it, and so good times. Like it's why we'll always continue to have a show about apologies, because people like this are at the forefront of running things. But,
or some
Joe,
guy in a wheelchair is going to a fucking orgy, so whatever that fucking story was.
Who,
or yeah, I can't remember the dude's name.
But that's the biggest.
Or
That's
Nancy
my big
Pelosi's
problem. Quadfather is like the poster child for like what these pundits and these dildos that like can't even wrap their mind around the possibility of changing it. You know, I'm so convinced that I'm right and what I think is right that there's no way to ever find common ground. Instead of just fucking changing your mind about something and admitting you were wrong once, you know, fucking Quadfather, you're the fucking king of that. So
before we just get labeled libtards, let me bring this up real quick, because I despised this. Did you see Chuck Schumer taking this podium to address the shootings at Brown, or at least to give like comments on it or something like that? I don't know why he needs to be involved. He has nothing to do with Rhode Island or anything other than everyone needs to condemn the violence, I guess. But he's like, I'll get to the comments about the shootings, but did you see that the Bills won? Before we do anything, did everyone see that the Bills won? I'm like, fuck you, Chuck Schumer. Don't get my team name out of your mouth and go fuck yourself. Why are you still around? Go forth and never mind. Go to Greenland.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot we're actually monetized on YouTube. I can't say things now.
Yeah, he'll go and give a speech in Philly and yell "Go Birds." He's just pandering. They're all pandering assholes. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for checking this out, all 4 of you. And I really...
And the people who might find it later on accident.
Yeah, I know. There's no way that if you press play on this, you made it to this part of the show. But if you did, thank you. And I appreciate everybody that's supporting us over on Patreon. I think we're going to have Luigi, who was in the chat on this Sunday, to talk about Owen Cook, Joe, who I know you are a fan of shitting on. It's a lot of fun to shit on motivational speaker Owen Cook. So
I might have to make an appearance. Do you have the drop?
Yeah, of course I do.
It's going to be
yeah. So look forward to that, and you can subscribe to the Patreon for just $3 a month, or it'll be on members only here for $3 a month. So check that out. There's already a bunch of content up there to find. And so follow us on Instagram so you can see what we have coming up. I will take this opportunity to also plug the Edge Files that I will be producing on Monday at 7 on this channel, and also Once Over and Skeptical Robot channels. You can find Edge Files this Monday at 7. So for
Andy,
Joe
before you sign off, I'm going to plug my own. I saw somebody online say this the other day, and I'll plug my own politics. My politics are that I believe trans couples should have the right to open carry.
Very good, Joe. Well, so thank you, everybody. And, go to Hackamania, use promo code WATP to save 10% if you want to meet us all in Vegas, all the WATP kids. So for Joe Sixpack, I'm Trucker Andy saying,
stay sorry.